What's wrong with everybody? Why are all of these guys so upset? What did this guy do that warrants people acting so out of control and emotional? What warranted being ejected from a game? That? It's just a shirt with a definition. That's nothing. Wrong. It's not nothing. It's a continuation of this stupid game that trolls and idiots keep playing, where they try to oversimplify complex issues and pretend that makes them more smart and knowledgeable than the people who actually study them and are bringing up the issue. They keep saying shit like,
it's just a definition. It's just words. What's wrong with that?
Or,
why is the left getting so bent out of shape about definitions?
Or,
the left is delusional. They can't even understand what words mean.
Or,
the left is always trying to bend the definition of words.
And they walk away with this smug sense of self-satisfaction, a shallow sense of superiority, because what they have literally just done is stick a feather in their cap and call it macaroni. That's a colonial joke for those who don't get it. But what I want you to think about is, what makes a good definition? A good definition is about the same thing as a good rule or law. If you make the law, you don't want to have to carve out too many caveats and what-ifs into the law. It needs to be descriptive enough that when it is applied, it doesn't include too many things that don't fit the bill, which is, curiously enough, the reason why people try to lean on definitions to set their arguments in place. So if I make a rule that says, no food in the classroom, but then a kid with diabetic needs comes into the class, I need to make it a medical exception. Then a kid wants to host a birthday party, but can't use the cafeteria because of the structure of the school, so I make a birthday exception. Then a kid was unable to get lunch because of a class-related issue, so I make an extenuating circumstances exception. At a certain point, there are going to be enough exceptions that it feels like the law isn't there in the first place. And a similar thing happens with definitions. You can make your definition too broad or too narrow, or you can make it too much of a Russian nesting doll, like when you have acronyms that are made up of other acronyms. It's just bad practice. And we're going to use women as our example. In the comments, try to make your own definition of woman. And then I want you to go to somebody else's definition and try to break it. Adult, human, female. Let's think about that. Human is a good enough separator for a definition about human sociological difference. So we're going to toss that into the okay pile. Adult is a social distinguisher. An adult in some societies is the date of your first period. In others, it's the day you get a job. In others, it's 16, 17, 18, while others, it's 21. If we go by brain age, it can be 25. If you're legally emancipated, it could be any number. So how can you define adult in a way that doesn't exclude the myriad of situations where an adolescent is legally defined as an adult, but also doesn't give to the exploitation of youth in their transitional phase? Female is a biological distinguisher, but it is not in and of itself something defined by a single set of characteristics. Is it boobs and vagina or chromosomes? You can have XY chromosomes that have boobs and vagina. You can have XX chromosomes that have a penis. You can have XX chromosomes that have no genitals. You can have XY chromosomes that have all genitals. And this is all before we get to surgical alterations to genitalia because of medical need. You can't use childbearing because many women are born without a womb. You can't use milk production because not every woman produces milk. You see what I'm getting at here? It's hard to lock in definitions like these because the exclusory characteristics have the effect of affecting a large plurality of people. So take your dictionaries and shove it up because the real definitions are the friends you make along the way.